It's grand, opulent and out of this world. But Jimbour House could tell tales about ghostly happenings, rack and ruin, even a hit TV show. If this magnificent garden and house look familiar, there's good reason. Television viewers around the world might know this spot as the Garden of Eden, because Jimbour was the grand homestead used in the TV miniseries Return to Eden. Here she had always found peace, and the welcoming old stone house with its rose-hung porch and arbours. Looming large over Queensland's Darling Downs, Jimbour's true stories are even bigger than Return to Eden. In the 1800s, Jimbour was the finest home in rural Australia. The original squatters here owned everything they could see, 120,000 hectares of rich, expansive country, and they certainly built a home to match. But it fell into disrepair when the owners lost their fortune, enough to have them turning in their graves. Back in the 1920s, Jimbour House was what you would have called a renovator's delight. The place was so run down, they sealed off the entire top floor and retreated downstairs, away from the leaking roof, the broken windows and the falling ceilings. That's when the Russell family stepped in. These days, they fly in. David Russell, barrister, force in politics and third-generation family that struggled to save its stately home from falling down. It is an ongoing job, isn't it? Almost a renovator's eternal occupation.
Occupation, yes. Nightmare, perhaps. It never seems to stop. I mean, my grandparents had 30 years working on it. Then my parents have been at it now for about 50 years.
Well, David, a bit of guesswork has been involved here, hasn't it? Because you don't have any original plans.
No, none at all. In fact, we don't even know who the architect was.
So in a sense, Sherlock Holmes, I guess, of restoration too.
Yes, it's detective work.
It's come a long way from the ruin the Russells moved into. Jimbour is back to its former glory, but at a price. An expensive occupation?
It's certainly not cheap. We've had generations of craftsmen whose loving care has made it what it is, and to let that go would really be almost intolerable to think about.
17 years ago, Return to Eden cast Jimbour as the mansion of a wealthy heiress, dragging both the house and its people into TV legend. What was it like seeing Return to Eden on television afterwards?
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was wonderful.
And if Return to Eden ever did return to Jimbour, the grandeur would still thrill another generation of television viewers.